Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jane and today's video is going to be the second episode in my binge reading series. Wait, Jane, what is the binge reading series? The binge reading series is the series you get to see me reading popular books and series. In the first episode I read all of Saga volumes in 24 hours and you can check it out. And today's video is going to be a little bit less intense than the first one. And today I'm going to be binge reading thrillers. Yes, thrillers. Okay, so usually I don't like thrillers. Most of the thrillers I read I didn't like, but one of my most favorite books in 2020 was a thriller. It was Verity by Colin Hoover, which I really loved and I gave it 5 stars. And after I read it, I asked myself, maybe I just didn't read the right thriller yet. So I searched for thrillers recommendations and I found 2 books that sounds really interesting for me. And today I'm going to read the 2 books in 24 hours because I really love a good challenge. The first book I'm going to read today is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. I saw this book in a lot of recommendations videos and it seems like a lot of people really enjoyed this one. This story following Pip, the main character, a student that is looking into a murder that happened 5 years ago in her neighborhood. She does it for a school project and what happened is that a girl from her school was murdered by her boyfriend. So yes, this sounds like a typical thriller mystery to me. And the second book is a book that I already talked about in my previous videos, and this is My Sister, the Serial Killer by Oyinkan Braithwaite. In this story we will be following Coride, whose sister killed all of her ex-boyfriends, and now Coride's sister starts to date the doctor from Coride's job, and Coride has a crush on that doctor. So yes, this is the second book I will be reading today. I think I'm going to start with A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So usually I read more slow in English, and if I want to finish the 2 books I need to read this one really quick. So I think that today I'm going to be reading this, and tomorrow I'm going to read My Sister, the Serial Killer, because that one is in Hebrew and I'm going to read it much more quickly. So yes, this is the first book today. Oh my god, I'm really excited. Like I said, I usually don't like thrillers. All the point in this video is for me to try read more thrillers. So I don't have high expectations about this book, but I hope I at least like one of the 2 books. I have only 24 hours, so let's get started reading. Okay, so I've read the first 40 pages and by now I actually really like it. Okay, so first of all, I feel like the writing is not a typical thriller writing. Maybe I didn't read enough thrillers, but usually when I read thrillers, I feel like it's more straight facts and less pretty writing style. And by now I actually really love the writing style in this one. There are also mixed media, if I can call it like that, because some chapters were from Pipe's point of view and the other chapters were the report that she is writing for the school project, because she is looking into the murder for a school project. And I love that there is mix in the chapters. And also the mystery itself, it's actually interesting by now. Like again, I'm only in the first 40 chapters, but I think that maybe it will be a good book that I will love. And I think that maybe there is going to be a romance between Pip, the main character, and the brother of the guy who murdered the girl 5 years ago. So yes, it's really interesting by now. And now I will continue reading and I will see you later. Hello, and I'm back here again. So I read until page 100, something like this, and I'm currently like this in the book. I read very little by now. Like I said, I don't read fast in English, so I'm starting to think that maybe I won't be able to finish 2 books in 24 hours, but I hope I will. But let's get into the book. Okay, so the thing I love the most by now is how logical the main character is. Okay, so typically in thrillers books, I feel like everything is really predictable. Like you find out a lot of things along the way, but a lot of those things you could find in the start. Like maybe it's connected to the pacing of the story, because right now I feel like the pacing in this one is really good. Pip is just so smart. I feel like already in page 100 she found out everything that I was thinking, and like usually I just wait for the characters to find out what I already know, and this isn't the case in this book. And also I love the characters. I love all the past building. Again, this is something that I usually don't feel from thrillers. I feel like I can relate to the main character so much more because, like I said, and she actually knows all the answers that I know. And I'm really open for a relationship between her and the brothers of the murderer. So I'm currently at part 2. And I will continue reading. I wasn't sure if I will be able to read the 2 books in 24 hours. So let's just aim to this one right now. And also I wanted to tell that I really love this paper deck. I know that a lot of people love art covers, and I also love art covers, but I just can't resist to a fluffy paperback. It's just so fun to read it and to hold it. I will be reading more, and let's see if I continue liking the story or not. Hello guys, I'm back. Okay, so currently I read half of the book and it's starting to get really intense. I just don't have any idea who was the murderer of the girl and if it was the guy that was accused of the murder. Just every chapter I find out new things and it's so interesting. Now I'm starting to understand why people love murder mysteries, because it's really good. I'm really starting to think that I really didn't read the right thriller yet, because this is so good. I just don't expected most of the things that happened until now. The pacing is perfect. It's not predictable at all. This is what I've been waiting for. It's starting to get really late. I think that I will be reading more today, but not a lot. So most of the reading I will be doing tomorrow. So I will see you tomorrow and I will tell you how much I read tonight. So yes. Hello guys, I'm back today. This is the next day and I've actually finished the whole book. I was afraid that I won't be able to finish it in all the 24 hours and I actually finished it yesterday night. I just couldn't put this book down, which is a really good sign. It was so intense and so good. I haven't slept much, but it was definitely worth it. What I liked the most in this book is that it wasn't predictable at all. Like I said already, Pip is really smart. I wasn't waiting for her to find out the truth because I was looking for the truth with her. It was really intense. The pacing was perfect in my opinion. There was a lot of twist and even when I was sure everything ends, it didn't end. It just was such an intense journey and I really enjoyed. There was one thing that I didn't like. In the end of the book, Pip did some irrational things. I always feel like thrillers are just like horror movies. You know that what the character is going to do is really stupid and really dangerous, but they do it anyways. So yes, there was parts that I felt like this, but most of the book was really good. I enjoyed this thriller so much. I wasn't sure if I will be able to say it because I don't like thrillers usually, but it was a really good thriller. And I also found out that there is a sequel. Yes, of course I want to read the sequel. So like you can understand, I actually really love this book and I gave it 4 stars, which is really good in my ratings. And when I went to Goodreads, I actually saw that also this book and also the sequel has a really high rating. Like this book has 4.3, which is really high in Goodreads. And I really can understand why the rating for this book is so high. And the sequel has 4.5. 4.5! It's so high! It's a really high rating for Goodreads. So yes, it was such a good experience. Like I said, I finished it yesterday and I wasn't sure I will be able to finish it like in the whole 24 hours. It means that today I have more time until the 24 hours end, and it means that I'm going to read the second book. I'm going to read My Sister, the Serial Killer. So I'm pretty sure I will be able to finish this book because this is in Hebrew, and I usually read books in Hebrew really fast. It's also really short. It's something like 240 pages, a really short book. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder was something like 400. So yes, this one definitely going to be shorter. So I will start reading now, and let's see if the second book will be good as the first one, and maybe I will start liking thrillers after this vlog. I don't know, but I really enjoyed the first book. Okay, so I'm here for a quick update. I'm currently 46 pages in, so I'm just in the start. The story starts when Corey, the main character, get called by her sister, Ayola, to help her with a murder that she just done. Ayola killed her boyfriend, and this is the third time something like this happens, and Corey helps her to clean everything because she knows to clean much better than Ayola. By now the chapters are really short. I don't think I have a problem with that. It's just like every chapter is really short, 3 pages max. But there is a thing that I already don't like. I don't like the writing style. Like, feels to me like a typical thriller writing style that I don't love. It is told in first person, and I don't have a problem with first person, but I do have a problem when everything just feels a straight fact to me. It just feels to me like I eat that, I clean that, and that's it. Like, not a lot of emotions, not a beautiful writing. So yes, I just feel like the writing style really bothers me, but I don't know, I just in the start of the book, so I guess I will see later how much I will love the writing style. But I do afraid that because of the writing style I won't be able to enjoy the book as much as possible. But yes, I will continue reading now, and I will see you soon. Okay, so I've read half of the book. I'm currently right here, and just don't feel it. Like, it feels to me the exact type of thriller that I don't like. Yes, it just don't feel interesting to me. So, like I said when I started to read the book, I don't like the writing style, and yes, I think this is one of the biggest reasons why I don't enjoy this book. The pacing isn't slow, but it's also isn't fast. I don't even have enough words to explain it, because I just feel like there is no point for the story, and like the plot isn't moving forward too much. I don't like the characters. Like, I feel they're really generic and boring. Like, Ayola is the perfect sister, and Korede, the main character, is jealous of how much her sister is pretty and how much every boy fell for her, and it just feels really generic for me. Like okay, Korede is the smart one and Ayona is the pretty one. Ayona doesn't do anything at home, only Korede does everything, and I don't know, it just feels too much generic for me. And also the boy in the story, like, Korede is in love with him, but I really can't understand why. It just seems like she's in love with him because the author wanted for her to be in love with him, but I don't understand why. I feel like there isn't depth for anything. I don't know, I'm not very optimistic for this one, and I'm not feeling like I am enjoying this. I just go through the pages to finish this book as quick as possible, and like, thrillers need to be intense, no? In the first book I read, I just felt like I need to know more, like I got really into the story, and this one I don't feel anything for it. I just really disappointed by now. I have 100 pages more to go, and I'm pretty sure that I'm going to finish it in time, because yesterday I started to read at 4 p.m. and right now it's 2 p.m. So I have 2 hours, and I think I will be able to finish it also in 1 hour. So I will get back to reading, and I will see you in a little bit, and I will tell you my final thoughts. I finished the book and I didn't like it at all. I gave it 1 star star. This just wasn't for me. So like I said, I didn't really like the plot or the characters or the pacing or anything. I truly felt like the story was pointless to me. Maybe it's because my personal taste, but I just didn't enjoy it at all. Also, the end just felt to me like what? So yes, I didn't enjoy this book at all, but I love this one so much. This was the thriller that I was waiting for, and My Sister, the Serial Killer just felt like the exact kind of thrillers that I don't enjoy. So in the end, would I be able to love thrillers? So yes, definitely after I read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, I feel like I'm so much more open to reading thrillers. This is still not one of my favorite genres. I feel like I love and enjoy books in other genres more, but it doesn't mean that I won't enjoy all thrillers. I do think that if I am in a mood for mystery, for something really intense, maybe it's a good idea to pick up a thriller. But yes, I guess this is a hit or miss for me. I really hope you enjoyed this episode of Binge Reading. I have a lot of amazing ideas for future episodes, but if there is a book series or genre that you want me to read, please tell me in the comments, and also tell me if you read one of those books and if you liked it or not. I'm uploading 2 times a week on Sundays and Wednesdays, and my next video will be coming up on Sunday, and it will be my Valentine's-a-thon TBR. If you haven't heard about the Valentine's-a-thon, which is a Valentine's Day readathon, my announcement video will be here and you can check it out, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!